Hello, everyone. It's Pedro Bias from Go for Glory Stable. Today is October 5th, 2025. This is a summary video, and just a quick reminder, Go for Glory Stable is a fractional group and ownership group for racehorses, and where we allow you to build, we provide a platform that allows you to build a stable of racehorses as you wish. Um, so, more information can be found on the website, and please reach out to myself or Charlie if you have any questions. As usual, like or subscribe these videos if you can, as it helps the channel. But yeah, without further ado, let's kind of jump right into it. Um, last week or this past week was very crazy. I mean, a lot of people that were talking to me were saying, like they're like, haven't heard from you in a while, or you're very quiet, or this and that. They got, and you know what it is? And you probably see it with other, groups or owners, and this and that. It's like this time of year, it was very brutal. And we still kind of have to like let things kind of play out a little bit from the Lexington sale, and I'm trying to see if we're gonna do a video, purely on the Lexington sale purchases, or even we could probably include the Goshen in there as well. Um, but So basically, what happened? You saw it is we had Goshen sale on the 15th, September 15th, and then Lexington came like immediately on September 29th. So 2 weeks later. So 2 weeks later, and I mean, and I don't. Maybe it was the same last year. I can't recall. Um, Maybe I just didn't realize it, but it feels like it was like a flurry. So meaning we went from Goshen, where we got two yearlings. We're very happy with those two yearlings, and kind of got super lucky with seven Seagrams, the prime crown jewel from from that sale that we were looking for. Um, then 2 weeks later is Lexington, and Lexington, as you all know, is like the premier um, yearling sale of North America. You can argue the world for harness racing, and there's just a lot of horses that went through. A lot of them were expensive. The ones we want, like the main ones we wanted, some of the main ones we wanted were pretty expensive, like the Walners and stuff, going for 150, 200,000. But without getting into details, it's just there was a lot going on between Goshen and Lexington. We got two from Goshen, which we're happy with. We got four from Lexington, which we're very happy with also. Um, uh, all six horses. We got them for less than we were hoping or prepared to spend on, and now it's kind of like sorting through it all afterward. That's been the craziness, the chaos, basically in the last 2 weeks that's been going on. And on top of that, we have Massachusetts. So on the 29th this week on Monday was the first leg of the 2-year-olds in Massachusetts. So that's when we saw Geologic and Adios My Lindy get rolling. And they both did pretty well actually. And then Tuesday with Moneyman, and he did well as well. So and that's going again. We got those three horses rolling again on Monday and Tuesday this week, or tomorrow and Tuesday. And then from an pure overnight racehorse perspective, we had some um, interesting races to say the least. Uh, um, where if it's one of those things where it's split second decisions to drive, and it's not easy. It's not an easy game. Some of these horses they need to be driven specific ways, um, and we just some of the races just did not go as we expected. So. Um, and I was talking to a lot of people about that just as those races kind of like unfolded, like wow, like it just did not go as we expected. Um, but we had some good races too. We had some good races as well, especially those Massachusetts horses. We saw Skybox finally qualify again, so that was good. We'll see what's next for him. And then um, Charlie sent out emails with the gear, the Go for Glory gear. So we had a lot of people come back for that. So we're getting that all settled and squared away. Um, and what else we got? Uh, Harrisburg. sale. Thank goodness we have a little bit of a break between now and Harrisburg, so that's a month from now. So we don't have, thank goodness we don't, it's not 2 weeks like we just went through. And by the way, Lexington, we were expecting, we were originally planning just to get two, and we ended up with four. So go figure. That's kind of how the game goes sometimes. But those horses, we couldn't pass on those horses. They're too good. They're too good to pass on, and the prices were too good. Um, and so yeah, Harrisburg is in a month. We'll see. We are not going to do at Harrisburg what we did at Lexington. I can tell you that we're not going to get four yearlings. Um, just we just don't. We're just There's just too many. So we're probably going to do. Um, my guess would be one or two. Right now, I'm thinking right now my guess would be one or two, and one of them is probably going to be uh, a New York bred. Um, I'm not sure if it's going to be a pacer or a trotter. Uh, Probably it sounds like it's leaning towards a trotter, which I don't mind. The trotters, we can go through that in detail in some other videos, but if you get the trotters kind of level the playing field. If you have a horse that trots and gets around those turns and is actually pretty good, it kind of levels the playing field in this game, where um, pretty much it just levels it where anybody can compete. Um, Pacers, you kind of sometimes, you slap those hobbles on them, and most horses can pace, and so there's not a lot of work you need to do after that besides some shoeing here and there to and this and that, but and maybe some equipment changes, but you know, um, and then Pacers, it's just they got to go really fast, like super fast. Like it's not just it's not just like, oh, we got a pacer and he looks pretty good or she looks pretty good. It's like no, they actually got to go really fast and like really flying around those turns. Whereas the trotters, as long as you got a trotter who's like moderately fast and stays trotting and actually knows what he's doing or she's doing, and actually gets around those turns and follows directions and everything, you can do very well. So that's why we typically stick with the trotters. And then Paul's excellent with the trotters. Rob's excellent with the trotters. Rob does a lot of shoeing himself, so he's like really good at the shoeing, getting those horses dialed in, and the trotters. And Paul, same way. He has like a whole fleet of trotters, and so it's a lot going on. So we got, and then the same token, we got racehorses that we're still trying to kind of get back to that. So we have the claiming club that we're still thinking about getting that going. So, but I gotta kind of wrap my head around that one again for Yonkers. Um, so more to come on that. We still looking for probably a trotter, racehorse trotter that's probably non-winners of two, non-winners of four type. So maybe like a 3-year-old or 4-year-old, probably 3-year-old, and just kind of race that horse all winter, either Saratoga, Yonkers, stuff like that, Poconos. So we're still looking for that. We're still looking for a Meadowlands racehorse. So uh, Lou Amorosa is probably listening to this if he's not, but looking for one for with with him. Um, Try to get another bluey type, bluebird time type Meadowlands, primarily Meadowlands racehorse that we're gonna race there all winter. So that's going on. So yeah, right now it's just there's just a lot happening. Charlie is probably gonna send out an email soon with a next Big Z in person event. Thinking about 20 days from now, so about 3 weeks from now at the 25th. That's what we're thinking so far. We'll see if it continues it. So October 25th, we'll see. We're thinking about that Saturday at Big Z. Same thing, breakfast and everything, but you can see the two yearlings, the two Philly yearlings that we got over there. Um, and then pretty much, I think all the horses should be back in Enola and Soho Skyfall should be there. They're getting a nice break right now, but they'll be there. And what else? So it's just we got a lot happening at the moment, uh, and there's still a lot of stakes racing to go, and we're just gonna keep things rolling. So yeah, that's what's going on this week. I don't mean to blabber or anything, but that there's just a lot happening, and just trying to, I hope I'm not missing anything else. I don't think I'm missing anything else. It was good to see some new people uh jump on board some of these yearlings, which yeah, I'm very happy for because that's the whole point. We're trying to get new we're trying to which we want to bring new owners into the game or previous owners, who used to own, get them back in the game. Um because this business and this type of investment is like nothing like just nothing like it out there. So um what else? With that being said, I think oh, we had Ship's Revenge. She won last week. So how did I miss that one? I'm not sure where I missed that one. But Ship's Revenge won last week, and she wired them at 1-9. She dominated. So she just didn't get in. But yeah, we'll get into all the racehorse stuff and the racehorse videos. But that's pretty much it for the week. And it's still continuing. There's going to be a little bit of a lull from a yearling perspective because Harrisburg is a month from now, which is fine. Like even I need a break from the yearlings, but the hopefully we can kind of switch our minds to the racehorses for a little bit. We got to get some racehorses in, and you know, that's kind of like the next focus, um, and just kind of get all set up for the winter, for the fall and the winter, late fall and the winter. So anyway, with that being said, good luck with your horses this week, and hopefully you're having a good time. Charlie and I are always available if you have any questions. So, all right, take care. Thank you.